Our next two guests co-wrote I Got Drunk at My Baby Shower. Before you think the worst, the book's subtitle is Our Successful Surrogacy Story, so it's not about being pregnant and getting drunk. Flight attendant Hedi Thompson was the surrogate mother for Susan Bowen's twin boys, who are now 5 years old. Susan really did get drunk at her baby shower because she wasn't pregnant. She brought us the picture to prove it. There she is. Hedi and Susan are here to tell us about their experiences. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
So I think whenever people hear about surrogacy, they think, why would the surrogate mom want to do that? Because being pregnant myself twice, I can't imagine going through it and not having the payoff at the end. So I got to ask you, Hedi, why would you want to do it?
Quite honestly, I'm a flight attendant, daytime job. Was getting to the point where years was going on, and I was thinking, I am never home. My own children are growing up. They're leaving the house. Is there something else I can possibly do to be around my kids a little more?
I think about baking a cake. I mean, no one thinks that. You have kids of your own, Hedi, right?
You know what am I good at?
What are you have two, how many kids are you?
Three children. Children. They're all grown and out of the house now, but they were in their teens when I was doing this, and it was crushing my heart that I was not home with them. And something I visited a long time ago. I revisited the idea.
So is it for the money that you did?
You know what? I will be the first to admit, honestly, when I initially started, yes. But
because how much do you get paid for something like this? Anywhere between, I don't know what your arrangement was. Now online they say like 15 to 25,000.
There are industry standards you negotiate. You come to a mutual what works for everyone. That's actually part of what our book is there. We wrote this thinking there is no set standard, but I will honestly also say, having gone through the 2.5-year journey that we have, if I had intentionally continued on solely for the monetary gains, that's not the right thing to do.
At the end, you have to give up 2 babies and hand them over to Susan.
I didn't give up a baby.
So it was your egg and your husband's sperm, your husband at the time, but
it was reconciled in my heart prior to even starting.
Really? Is that what you do? I mean, yes, you must go into it like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Huh.
From before we even met, it's reconciled in my heart that this is their journey. This is their fate.
Now, Susan, tell your story, because the reason you had to go through surrogacy is because you had cancer at a certain point, and
right.
And did you have a partial hysterectomy?
I had a partial hysterectomy, kept the ovaries, which at the time I honestly didn't think I would ever use, but it was nice to have them because genetically Peyton and Jordan are ours. But I had cervical cancer at 29.
Wow.
And so, and had a bunch of bouts of it, and then finally just determined this is the best way to go. And so didn't think about children for a really long time. And we thought about adoption eventually and other sorts of ways to complete a family. And finally I thought, well, I've got these ingredients. Maybe we should kind of check out if we can do this. And so Hedi and I met literally online, kind of, through an agency. And,
so it's through an agency. You didn't do like Craigslist or something, right?
Yeah,
okay, I don't wonder how it happens. Okay.
Yeah. So, and we got a few to go through. Heidi's was actually the first profile that we read. There was just something about her profile that, and we went through about 9 more, but I went back and I said, she feels right, this feels like the one. And with her husband's support, I mean, it just created this just whole family before it even began.
And you guys are good friends.
It didn't just happen. I mean, our journey was a 2.5-year process. We got to an eventual point where we thought, one more time, if this doesn't work, it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
And we have to reconcile that.
Your husband, I mean, he's a saint. I mean, most people think, honestly, when he brought this up? What did he say?
It's not just Susan. There's the medical, the reproductive endocrinologists that are out there. There's the lab technicians. There's so many people.
But your husband and you had to explain to your kids that you're walking around pregnant, but this isn't going to be their brother or sister. That's not easy.
They were teenagers, and honestly, we brought it to them, sat them on the couch prior to even initiating anything, and their gender, age-specific reactions. The boys.
Are these your boys?
That is.
Oh, come on out here.
Those are the boys. Peyton and Jordan.
We're a Halloween family, so they've got their Halloween. Come up here.
Come on.
This is Jordan in the orange.
Come on up. You don't have to come by me. Go by Mom.
You can sit over here. And
so they're comfortable being around you. They've known you their whole lives.
We're family.
Peyton knows he came out of Heidi's belly first. He was 1 minute before Jordan, so he's the oldest.
God, I mean, it's truly, in this age of technology, you think you would not have been able to have these boys if it weren't for, I mean, it's really a miracle, isn't it?
Science and society have come so far, and there's not just the people look at me, they're like, oh, that's so giving of you, but there are so many people that are contributing to just alternative means of creating families. And thank you, society, for just being accepting.
It's so nice that this has such a happy ending. God, boys, it's a pleasure to meet you. Excited about Halloween?
Oh, yeah. You want to see who you're going to be?
I have this, the kids love me.
Yes.
The book is called I Got Drunk at My Baby Shower. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us. It's a great story.
Thank you for having me.